Hey, today is April 29th. It's a Thursday, and I'm going to be going over the one trade I took today, which is on Tesla. It was an amazing win. It made my entire week. I'm up very, very nicely now. So I'm just going to make a really, really quick video on that and what I saw. As always, let's start from the daily time frame. Okay, so Tesla, it I wouldn't really say it's weak on a daily time frame. It's pretty choppy, you know. We've been trading range bound for about a week or two now. So I really didn't have a clear plan going into Tesla this morning. But if we go down to an intraday chart, I'll tell you what I saw and why I played Tesla. So right off of the bat, Tesla opened up in 1 hour supply. Uh, I marked it as unsure. I wasn't really sure about it, but nonetheless, it was 1 hour supply. Opened up, and Tesla started moving lower. So from 9:30 to around 10:10, Tesla was moving to the downside. But look at ES from 9:30 to 10:10. It was also moving to the downside. So I don't really have I wouldn't really call this relative weakness at this point because I mean it's perfectly correlating with ES and NQ. It's moving down just like ES is. It's consolidating where ES is consolidating. Um, and you can clearly see that at 10 o'clock, ES broke this weird 3 hour demand zone. And this was an anomaly because usually we have demand zones right below demand zones, but for some reason we didn't have demand all the way till 40 points. So if the market wanted to drop, today would be the day. Same thing for NQ. NQ had these two demand zones here, but then didn't have demand for another like 50 points. Again, at 10:9:55, NQ broke demand as well. And in the morning, I wasn't really willing to play puts because I knew we had these two demand zones. But I was telling myself that if we broke these two demand zones on NQ, the market really has room to drop. And that's exactly what happened. We dropped to our next demand zone and started bouncing back up. That's why supply and demand is so powerful. But as I said, we didn't really have relative weakness up till this point. Um, I was trying to formulate. I was trying to formulate. Let me close my door. Yeah, you can ignore my dog. Um, but I really couldn't find a short plan on anything because nothing to me really had relative weakness. But then you can see this candle happened. This 10:15 candle. Uh, 688 to 695. So we just had a 7 point drop on Tesla. One other thing I want to highlight is the volume. Look at this. Look at that volume. That not as much, or no, it was more than the 930 candle. Oh, this is nine. No, this is the 930 candle. So not as much as the 930 candle, but I mean this is a significant volume spike. Look at this too. We didn't have we didn't have a lower wick either. So that means all of this volume right here, this was mainly selling pressure because we barely had a lower wick. Look at the drop on ES. So this was at 10:30, I believe, or 10:15. So this is a drop on ES. Yes, we dropped. It wasn't as significant as Tesla. The volume also was somewhat average. Look at the 10:15 drop on NQ. Barely broke low a day, somewhat of a lower wick, volume not too convincing. So this is where you need to immediately be able to determine what has relative strength and what has relative weakness. And this candle itself told me that Tesla is very, very weak compared to the general market. So I'm trying to formulate a plan here. So not only did Tesla reject supply, one confirmation, Tesla had relative weakness, two confirmations. Tesla had amazing volume. We had this amazing volume spike, three confirmations with no lower wick. So I'm going to count no lower wick and volume spike as one. So that's three. I always stress that I don't want to chase the move lower, right? So why would I buy puts here when Tesla dropped 7 points without consolidating, right? I want to see some sort of rally base or drop, maybe some sort of pattern. And look at this next candle too. This 10-20 candle. Volume not as much as a 10-15 candle, but if you compare this 10-20 candle to the volume in the morning, it's right up there. So volume is still pretty consistent at 10-20. And what caught my attention even more was this upper wick too. So not only do buyers, okay, yeah, so this is the upper wick I'm talking about. Not only do buyers have the chance to take us higher, they really can't, because you can see this upper wick here followed by pretty good volume too. So while buyers had the chance to take us higher, there were sellers placed here ready to take us lower. I entered right here. I entered. I can just get rid of this now. So that's what, like four confirmations, four or five, actually five confirmations, because we had a drop-based drop. And my sixth confirmation was this daily demand zone acting as a magnet. Look what happened. We moved basically into daily demand, missed it by a couple of points. Moved up, but sellers are too strong, brought us right to daily demand right now. I'm recording this video as the market is going on in real time because I called it a day after this trade. But yeah, I entered right here. Let me just highlight that. I was a little bit skeptical when this drop candle wasn't as aggressive as I wanted it to see. But I mean, volume's still up there, not as much as I would have wanted it to be. But I mean, this is no reason to sell, right? I'm clearly in the money. My contracts are up somewhat nicely at this point, even though it doesn't look like much. $1, $2 on Tesla can be a lot, but there's no reason to sell. We don't even have a lower wick. Volume is nice, and then we got this 1030 candle, and this is a candle which made my day for the entire week. Look at the volume. It makes the 930 volume candle look like a joke, and this is why I stress volume is so important. This was a huge spike in volume, and this is the type of momentum and volatility which you want to be a part of. Because Tesla's Tesla, I always size down. I always play one contract on Tesla, just because playing two contracts or my normal position size on Tesla doesn't really fit my risk management style. So I did only play one contract, unfortunately. But regardless, I didn't wait till my target of daily demand, and I'm fine with that, just because I know I was only playing one contract. If I was playing two contracts, then yeah, I would have sold one here, waited, moved my second contract to break even, and been able to capitalize on this move, which was greater than this. But just because I play one contract, I really just wanted to take profits here. So that was my Tesla recap. Just to give you perspective, I took a screenshot of my fills. Okay, I got filled at 750 and I sold at 1065. So over $300 in really like 5 to 7 minutes. But this just goes to show that this is the one trade I was looking for the entire week, and that's the trade I finally got. And I mean, I called it a day as soon as I sold my position, and I might even take tomorrow off. But just goes to show that supply and demand mixed with support and resistance is such a powerful strategy if you know exactly what to look for. But I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to end it here. 9 minutes, so that's good. And I'll see you tomorrow if I decide to trade.